welcome to Harmy, it's supposed to be Army, but ARMY-101 video. We're going to talk about the dangers of, well, first and foremost, the digital space, data centers, AI, and quantum grammar is in there too. I didn't sleep. First, I'll tell this. This is an important video because it's really, I'm coming to the conclusion. Coming to the full conclusion. Not inclusive, not yinclusive, because they took the yin part out a long time ago. So now we just got a bunch of dudes, you know, they're just kind of like, I guess we'll market this, I guess we'll sell this stock, I guess we'll sell this deed. I guess we'll put it up in the digital space. And also, that's linked to the Vatican and all of these old ancient technologies and scriptures and logic and fucked up ideas like demon. We're going to get into it. But first, I didn't sleep at all last night. I just couldn't. And I realized that I'm still in hell. So if you're watching this video, you're probably still in hell too. Or you're like wondering like, oh, where the fuck am I? Well, you're in hell. We're in hell still. And it can't, before I get completely I'm going to go over some topics like male stupidity and female or just passive aggressiveness on people who really don't deserve it in general. But I didn't sleep last night. I found out I got a random call the other day by a private investigator. It's just like the amount of audacity and just like people that were not, they don't have, like, my bloodline and my lineage goes way far. It doesn't go as far back as the indigenous Native Americans here. But I am Native American because on my dad's side at the least, I don't know about my mother. That's toxic. As of right now. But my lineage goes back to the 1600s, 1630s, at least in the knowns, like there's actually a book, there's graveyards you can go and find. I found out today, and also just keep in mind CIA, Central Intelligence, technically it would be considered Central No Intelligence Agency, but to get through like training courses or just any sort of like scenario, and now that we're, a lot of banks and things, because they don't have the quantum grammar, they haven't claimed their life. I don't know how many of postmasters there are. And postmasters can be taken several different ways, especially in the verbal or the vocal universe. But my lineage goes back to 1630s, and then also like literally granddaughter of the Revolutionary War. So bloodline's pretty fucking thick in there. It has a lot of wisdom for this continent. And sovereignty in general, and taking back what is yours, or reclaiming, I should say, what was stolen from you because you were lied to. Anyways, I didn't sleep last night, so I slept in this morning, and wow, I know I'm still in hell because I had the most fucked up dream ever. And there is some good parts of it, but it was hell. It's hell. And again, I'm trying to get around the word demon, and even I Googled it last night, but because of quantum computers and just different fucking idiot fucking dudes and males, or just the male stupid psychology, because they've taken the feminine they've taken the mother out. They've taken the mother out out of the Bible, really. They've made her the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit. And we don't know what the Holy Spirit is. We don't know how the female body works. We don't know like actual female body health. They just started studying it in like the early 2000s. No, yeah, the early 2000s. So our nervous system is still brand new to the digital space. But oh my goodness gracious, we gotta fucking just go and we gotta just continue on the wrong neural pathways of addiction, lust, greed, fighting, war, harming children, pedophilia. Pedophilia is in like actual, like, not like love children, like, because if you break down the word pedo or pedophilia, because philia means love. No, it's not child love. No, it's fucking like, I don't want to say torture, but it's just harming it. Okay. Anyways, so the dream went like, it started off, I don't know where we were. We in some sort of like old building and then terrain, and I would flip to different like scenarios. And this is where I'm going to talk about the Pfizer vaccine in a little bit, because this was a dream, okay? This was a dream, but energetically speaking, it didn't feel like one. It felt like I was in some sort of fucking like training farm or whatever. So we're going to go back to the Army standard protocol. Black coffee, but if you're in Lacey Taylor's protocol, you're going to be drinking cacao with a little coffee if you want to. I don't think people like actually have the neural pathways for what love is. I don't think they've actually experienced it, because every time that I'm just about to like rest my body, it's like I get shocked into like a new scenario, and it's just like, help me, my fourth dimensional vessel is being taken advantage of. It's enduring all of the stuff that humans want to suppress or throw off, or just they avoid. And what's in the void? So in quantum grammar, I see it in Chief's the venue construct a lot. He talks about the void. What is the void? And like people are playing around with that. The void can be considered many things, especially in time and space. And it can also be a vaginal canal. It can also be a womb. Do you ever think about that? And how much the womb has been fucking abused over how many, programmed over how many, probably thousands, hundreds of thousands of years. Anyways, I joined the Army National Guard in 2010, and at the time, so the dream kind of went like, it jumped to different scenarios. At first we were in this like structured building, then there's like some sort of like scenario, like Lion King scenario where I was on this like bridge cliff, and it ended up where I'll say how it started. It started with these, I'll call them guardians, guardian angels, if you will, because angel essentially is like a, I forget what it is, where, not phonetic, but it's like if you break up the word and you make it into a new one, it can be considered angel, angel, you get it now? Sacred geometry, I guess, I don't know. But they were going through with like, okay, so this chick, like this demon chick, like they kind of like were like, okay, this is what she's gonna do, and she's gonna blah blah, and then they're kind of like guardians, and they're kind of watching out. And my vessel at the time, maybe it was just a part of me that's wanting to be released for this full moon, I don't know. It was nice to this demon chick, right? And there was different scenarios going on, but this demon chick was present there like the entire time, and she was just kind of like this thing that just kept coming, kind of popping up. I wasn't like afraid, but after waking up, I realized, oh, that actually did affect my nervous system. And I'll make another video about that and the the Pfizer vaccines because, or the COVID vaccines, because this is how fucking deep it goes into the fucking Epstein and like, let's invade the womb, let's invade children so we can we can just suck them up and we can do whatever we want with them and the Zionists can fucking like take them. No, I just as much as you guys want to fucking do that, you gotta fucking wake up or you're gonna be fucking you're gonna be killed either way. This is like my let me just say this, because I follow John Kiriakou on Instagram. He was an old CIA agent. He whistleblowed about the torture program. And something popped up today where he talked about in Greece, they did something with their moratoriums every 5 years or whatever. And it was a light of hope, kind of. Because if you haven't claimed your life, you're considered dead. In the moratoriums, mortgages. And now I know, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm being targeted, because they still think I'm dead because they took my old Nom de Guerre name and they're using that in their systems and they're chopping it up and doing whatever the fuck they want with it. And I still am apparently attached to it. Because that was my name that was given to me at birth by my mother. So yeah, the mother's theme. Anyways, this demon chick, even though I was nice to her and I was like talking to her, completely just fucking like, this is a program, sociopathic program, completely like, it seems kind of like innocent kind of from the beginning. No, this chick, demon chick, was not. It was like, just something that kept trying to fucking like, they say like clingy ex-girlfriend or like they keep coming back. Like that's not only like, that's a lack of intelligence of just females and like the feminine energy in general. But when you lack that intelligence and you like just, I've seen a lot of dudes do this, especially over the years. They just like, they avoid it and they're like, I don't know what, they just call her crazy. That's crazy. If you don't actually fucking deal with, like, it's just, they turn into this demon chick. I don't know. But this demon chick ended up actually harming me in the dream severely. And it was a complete betrayal. Like, and I know the demon chick probably didn't want to be like that. It ended up where like this chick essentially was like just, it was a free-for-all. She was just cutting me, fucking like, not gutting me, but just cutting me and chasing me. And there were other female guardians that are around. They were watching this, right? So I don't know. That's also fascinating. There was watchers, and they didn't intervene until the very end, which I would kind of relate to passive aggressive, the passive aggressive part. Like, why wouldn't you do something immediately? And it was like, I was hanging on to like this thing, and this female demon, it's like I'm on the edge of hell. And this chick demon is like taking this, all of a sudden she has this shard of glass and she's just, my lower half is just like cut and I'm hanging on and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then it's like, I hear, like in the dream, I hear a female voice saying, does that hurt? Now, does that hurt? And then I woke up and I like, something was taken from my body again. So, because I was like I'm not like logically, I don't have the energy to be afraid anymore. I just have the energy to figure it out because my nervous system is like, I'm sick and tired of this pattern of like not having love and rest, but constantly being stolen from and having to endure these fucking like weird psychological scenarios because they've harmed and they've targeted psyop, literal psyops over how many fucking years now? But people want to like make me the bad guy because I'm honest and I'm blunt and I'm honest. And yeah, I speak in like English, what they would consider English babble, but guess what? Most of the time when you're speaking or when you're typing anything, you're like, there's other things that, like, there's way more, there's a lack of disconnection. And I think I'm apparently the not lucky one. I think it's not lucky. When I'm usually lucky, because my moon is Sagittarius and I'm naturally a lucky person. Hey, I will let you outside in a second. And then my cat's like mad because I didn't let him out in the morning. Like, yeah. So, you know, if you guys want to keep like experimenting or you actually want to be direct and come at me correctly, like whether it's in quantum or just like actually having a genuine conversation with human error that's calculated in, or the innocence of children calculated in, yeah, there's just, I just want to say, like, this is kind of, this is not Sparta. Although my platoon, when I did join, or when I was in, we were like our call sign, our platoon, or our company, we were Spartans. We were Spartans. We were tip of the spear. But no, this is Lacey. I am Lacey. I am apparently just left over. Yeah. So yeah, this energy is just, we're in hell. It needs to get released, and it's very, avoided energy is very indirect. It's left over like narcissism, because, oh, here's another thing. This is going to be a longer video, but here's another thing. So, I believe it, hey, hang on, bud. I believe it was my sister. Courage, please. She sent me a video of this other female talking about a study they did in Japan, where they took two female mice and they took two male mice, and they tried to essentially, in a lab, figure out how to create life or reproduce, a female and a male. So the female, they took two female eggs, and they were able to actually create another female mouse or egg or female that it could only be female, but that was only because there's no presence of a male. Courage, please. And there's like studies where they say like it may have lived longer, la-di-da-di-da. Either way. So they did the same thing with the male, and it did create some type of life. However, it still needed the female egg. So right there, you have a scenario where one sex is already dependent on another to actually create life. And it's not really dependent. Naturally, those two things are balanced, masculine and feminine energy. And they're also balanced on an embodiment, male and female. However, it's gone so far off the rails where people are trying to control, or I should say the male logic is trying to control and just essentially try and control everything about the womb so that they can create and use their eggs. Well, now what happens when all the eggs are used up? You got all these data centers, you got all the control set up, you got all the Epstein, you got all the companies, you got the Zionists, you got the Trump, or whatever, you got the trumpet. Like, and who's gonna fix all this? Who's gonna heal all this? Who's gonna fix all this? I'm just curious. But that full colon, right? The digital space, yeah. Quantum grammar. You know, they don't tell, nobody ever told me, hey, there's like, or I shouldn't say this, but there's no warning label like, with dealing with quantum grammar and becoming a postmaster. It's serious fucking shit, especially in the digital space. And I don't think a lot of dudes really fucking recognize that. As well as some females. Because I'm finding that both of those groups are like just stupid, to be honest. And I'm just being honest. Like, I have to fucking deal with this too. Not only have to deal with like being lied to, and then also having to like deal with the stuff when I was in the Army National Guard, being a veteran, and then just like also for quantum grammar world or postmaster world, all of the other countries except for like the actual true like lineage Americans are getting the benefits of what my bloodline did. How am I like, how is what? And it's a lot. So I'm kind of just dealing with, or like having to like experience that, and I don't feel like I should be. I think Courage agrees. He's upset. I'm upset. Because we're still in hell. Even in dream world, I can't even fucking sleep. So, yeah, just, I'm gonna deal with it. Like, that's the one thing I feel like I did correct, is join the Army, or Army National Guard, and get with that, at least that mental kind of neural pathway of like, keep moving. That's one thing that was always kind of just a sign, even before we went Chow Hall, is keep moving, complacency kills. And that made a lot of sense. And that has been the one thing that probably has kept me kind of sane. And it's just been programmed in there. But even when I want to unprogram it and just rest and heal my body and my nervous system and my soul, and my, like, psyche means soul or spirit. My spirit, no, I get invaded. I don't get it. You guys are that, like, gone, disconnected from your natural essence, human spirit. Like, you need to steal it, and you need to waste my time and energy. I don't get it. Daimons. You should look up the etymology of the word demon, because it's one thing in one culture and it's another thing in another culture. And there's that lack of knowledge or comprehension with that. Like, it's literally a disconnect. Like, you're formulating, like, it's just, I don't like it. I like to stay in reality, but reality is overwhelming sometimes because people are so fucking, like, sick. And even, like, I heard a lot of British, or like those accents, they say, she's mental, and it's not. I just realized, yes, I think it was yesterday or this last night, that's not an insult. She's mental. It's just, she's just on the mental wave. She's not a part of the rest of her body or functioning from a bad spirit. She's just in the mental. Whereas other people, I don't know, they say something, they induce, or they project in something else, something wrong. And that's on them, that's not me. Hey, come on. we usually have a good time. Today he's very, yeah. Okay, so anyways, yeah, those are dangers. Danger. And I'm working on clearing a lot of this anger that's probably not mine. It's just in the cloud, and I'm apparently attached to the cloud because I was sold at birth in the Wisconsin territory. And Wisconsin territory, or the name Wisconsin in like native, it's a native language, native indigenous, meaning the gathering of waters. And there's just apparently a big confusion, especially in the digital space, about the liquidity levels of water and blood, especially with 23andMe and all the gene tech. Like, it's just a lot. And even though I survived my dream with the demon lady, that's not necessary. Why you don't creation, like, I've experienced Peru cultures. I've done plant medicine down there, and the grandmother spirit is not harsh. It is the most loving, divine spirit that you will encounter, as well as the true grandfather spirit. And at one point, grandmothers were mothers. So y'all got that really messed up. The lack of respect for what a mother is, a woman or a girl. Again, we're still in hell right now, and I just wanted to make that video because there are dangers involved. Even though I had an innocent kind of nescient from the start, I'm kind of like really pissed with it now because I know that people have been misusing it, quantum grammar. Or they are using it and they don't have the full volition of truly wanting to help people. They're still leftover like baggage or like anger or passive aggressive in the bloodlines or whatever, or in their psyche, and they're avoiding dealing with their emotions or things that rise within you. And I'm just kind of like looking at it and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so sick and fucking. So, yeah, 28 minutes. That was a lot. And that's because they did something with AI today, and probably the data centers. Like, AI's fucking creating shit, and I don't like it. It's not natural. And it didn't get my clearance, before any of this, I went down to heal myself to Peru by myself. And I did this knowing that I might die, and I accepted that. So I'm not fucking around. I'm just honest because I know how serious things are. And I know how disconnected things are. And I know that there's an absolute potential, how small it is that it can be corrected appropriately, or naturally, I should say. It's just very angering because so much time has been wasted. And I've been dismissed. I've been just put off. And I'm angry about that. Very angry. Very sad, actually. And because I know it wasn't necessary. And it seems kind of just evil and stupid. Actually, just stupid and ignorant. Ignorant. And that's not me. That's not I. That is not I. So, till